Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Imagineers Disney podcast. On this week's episode, we are going to be talking about a brand new tour that Disney World is going to be offering, and Animal Kingdom welcomes a brand new roaming character in the park. All that and more on this week's episode of the Imagineers Disney podcast.
Use your imagination.
Hello, Imagineers, and welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Matt, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Susie. How you doing, Susie?
I'm doing pretty well. No, I'm not. I'm doing pretty well, pretty good. You know what? Whatever. I'm fine. I had to think about grammar for a second. How about you?
I'm doing all right.
All right. All right. I'm excited.
Are you? I am too.
First of all, I'm always excited to be here.
Oh,
obviously.
Well, we do have a very exciting episode for you this week. So we have several topics of discussion for this evening. A few of them will be brief, and then we'll be getting into our main discussion. So let's hit these smaller points right off the bat. And let's start with the Aladdin trailer that was just released. Not really a trailer. It's more of a teaser.
A commercial.
Not a full
teaser.
length.
Yeah. It's just a little taste. So I was watching it like most people, and I was like, okay, ooh, this is looking good. Saw a lot of kind of the same characters and clips that we've seen before from the previous teaser. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And then I figured out the point of the teaser, because it was very blue and very obvious towards the end.
The big reveal at the end.
The big reveal, and we've actually talked about this before, so I guess we kind of have to correct ourselves. Will Smith as the genie is very blue.
Yeah, and
he's a blue dude.
I thought with the promotional images that they released without the CGI, just kind of...
Yeah, which I think is a normal assumption.
Yes. Apparently those are not what we will be having for the movie.
Maybe he fades out from his blue, like when the genie isn't like, floating up out of his lamp and like he has legs and like he's walking around in the movie. Maybe he'll look like a good person.
We'll see.
I don't know. I'm not really feeling it, but the rest of the movie looks fantastic. So
it does look like those promotional images were pre-CGI, because in the teaser trailer, like, he's pretty bulked up, like, for real.
He looks like a Smurf witch doctor. I don't know.
Okay.
He looks really blue, but like he looks like I don't know. We'll see. But that happened. The internet went crazy. Memes everywhere. It was entertaining to watch, but my excitement for this movie has not wavered.
Mine may have wavered ever so slightly, but I'm still excited to see it because...
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Robin Williams is iconic, and his performance as the genie will go down as maybe the best genie ever, hands down.
Oh, without a doubt. One of the best just like voice acting experiences.
I'm curious to see Will's take on it, because the Broadway versions of Aladdin, the genies have been different, completely different, and they've added their own little flair to it, and they've been phenomenal. So I think it's only fair enough to give Mr. Smith a chance here. Yeah,
and you're right. It won't be the first time that a genie's taking on a different iteration, their own version, their own twist. So hopefully audiences give him the benefit of the doubt. I think Will Smith is a fantastic actor. He's going to be very blue, but I have no doubt in his abilities.
Yeah, I'm interested to see his sense of humor, what he lends to the role. So that'll be good. So next on our list, we have some gondola testing that has been seen in and around Hollywood studios. So, this makes me think a little bit. Of course, the gondolas, if you've seen the photos of the testing that has been floating around the interwebs.
Floating?
Okay,
that maybe they're
so
not
many
floating.
So many jokes.
None of them funny.
there's like this canvas like material that is adhered to the cars
Yeah.
themselves, probably just for protection, but maybe to hide what's actually underneath it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see what it looks like until like it's go like I understand like okay, it's a thing that moves. Like the car itself, like I want to, when it's in motion, like I want to see it when it's all done.
I could be completely wrong, but I think that maybe every single car on the system is going to be a different theme.
Okay,
Whether it be
maybe.
a movie or a
I think
character or a ride.
so. Didn't they say something like that before? Or was that just based on what we were assuming because of how like some of them were decorated with
I
the
think that may have been mentioned before, but I'm really curious to see what characters and films and rides they choose to highlight on it. So that'll be fun.
yeah. So possible that the gondola system is coming sooner than expected, sooner than the fall of this year. Uh, Especially with test like you're testing in basically early February, early mid-February. I just don't see them waiting another like 6 months.
Right. Yeah. It does seem a little bit odd that they have started testing when originally they said it was going to be opening in the fall. I think they may have this open before the 30th anniversary for Hollywood Studios.
Hmm.
So maybe they're pushing to have that done then. Of course, that is not confirmed. That is just speculation, but we will see.
We shall see.
Exciting
And
times.
then
I'm
another well,
I'm really excited about that Carousel of Progress gondola car themed car.
stop it.
It's gonna be great. Maybe the People Mover. No,
Just don't hate.
hey, I love the People Mover. It's like one of my favorite
I
rides in Disney.
love the People Mover.
There comes
I
a
know
point in
it's
time in
so
your life
basic.
when you reach a certain age that you're like, man, this ride is the best.
No, I think I've always been an old person deep down in my soul. I have always loved the People Mover. I've loved just putting my feet, sitting down, propping my feet up on the other side, riding along, chilling. Oh, good. Now we're in the dark and the air conditioning in Space Mountain. Awesome. It's just, I don't know. I like it. I'm a loser.
You are not a loser. There are many Carousel of Progress. Excuse me. There are many People Mover fans out there, including myself. So perfect way to relax.
You know what else is a People Mover? When characters walk down the sidewalk and you have to get out of their way.
Especially with this one.
Yeah, so Animal Kingdom has a new character fitting in with some of the other characters who have been at Magic Kingdom and then the new show that premiered last year. Kevin from Up is now at Animal Kingdom. And he looks really
Yay.
cool.
It is amazing. Like it is
I'm
one of the
impressed.
coolest puppet.
He's got the gate going and he's just walking doing his little bird thing.
Little bird walk.
Yeah.
Little Bob. Bird
Kevin's a girl.
Bob. So
Oh,
yes.
yeah, I guess we have to say her.
Yes, you can see her as you roam
Wow,
through
that's
Animal
confusing.
Kingdom. I will be going down on Monday, and I'm gonna have to go over to Animal Kingdom. I think just
Oh,
so I
yeah.
can go see
Now you gotta
Kevin.
go find her. I almost said him. Find her. Wow.
It's cool. It's cool when they add new things like this. So
Yeah, especially when they don't like tell you they're adding new things
yeah,
like
because
this.
it was
It's like,
a complete
like, whoa.
surprise. Complete surprise.
Here's Kevin doing its thing.
Good
Well,
times. Good times.
yeah, good times. Lots of cool little stories happening. But I am glad that we're done with them because I want to talk about tonight's topic.
Yes, tonight's main topic. So Disney has added a brand new tour to their tour list that you can choose from.
Repertoire.
All of them are
Is that-
amazing. You have the Backstage Magic tour. You have the Caring
Keys
for
to the
Giants,
King-
Keys to the Kingdom,
Elephants. Yeah.
Elephants. This one, though, is going to be at the top of the list. It has to be. It has to be. This is the ultimate tour. No tour will ever top this one. And this is the World of Dreams tour.
The name is so fitting. I can't even handle it.
I'm
Like I know Disney likes to put like world and magic and dream and wish and like everything they do because duh, it's Disney.
For me,
But
it's more like
this,
the In Your Dreams tour because I'm
yeah.
never going to be able to afford it.
Yeah.
If you like to make donations,
If you would like to sponsor our next Disney tour,
so
give us a
the
call.
price tag for this tour is it's a little high.
Hmm.
So you can do this tour with up to 6 people
For
and
a total of.
$12,000.
But now, Matt, I understand math. That's only $2,000 a person.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
if you have some friends and you are all on the same page on what you want to do, what you want to
Which
spend
is spend
$2,000 each,
$2,000.
then by all means go get together and pile up that money and go do something awesome. And because this tour is going to be awesome.
Because, and you're right, it's something you can agree on because this tour isn't like Keys of the Kingdom or some of those other tours that we've mentioned where you have a guide doing the same, this spot, then we walk here and we talk this and we do this. This tour is like up to you. They put the world is in your hands, the world's at your fingertips. But
So
like actually it really is.
it really is. So some of the things that you can get with this tour, you bypass all of the lines for all attractions. You have transportation and access to backstage. You will have 3 meals included during the course of your tour. You will have full access to all of the restaurants with
Hmm.
no advanced dining reservations needed. You'll just walk in and sit
Anywhere.
anywhere.
You hungry? Boom, here's
So
your seat.
choose wisely.
He's chosen.
And then reserve seating for shows and nighttime
Mhm.
spectaculars. However, so some of these things on the list are something you can already get with VIP tours.
Right.
So my question is, what can you actually do that's really special? And apparently, almost everything is on the
Everything.
table
There's
within
like
reason.
3 limitations, I think. You can't operate machinery. Uh, that's pretty obvious. We've all heard of lawyers, so that's not something you can do. You can't be a character, which was probably at the top of everybody's like fantasy Disney wish list is
Sorry, you can't be
to like
Mickey.
engineer the train or to like be a princess. Sorry, you can't do either of those things. And then, alas, you cannot stay the night in Cinderella's castle.
See, I
We'll
don't
get
know.
to that in a minute.
I don't know if that's. I see. There are so many details that are not given. That there aren't any specifics on this. Those previous two that you just mentioned are hard set fast. No operating machinery. You can't be a character. But I hear that everything else is pretty much on the table.
I saw that and the castle, so I don't know, but the bottom line is like you can go in there at the
Yes.
very least
So-
and see it and tour it. But other than for sure those two things, maybe staying the night in the castle, guys, if you can dream it, you can do it. Basically, if
Yes,
you
you
can think of
can.
something to do at Disney World in the course of a 12-hour period with you and 5 of your richest and closest friends, you can do it. And when we start talking about some of these things, like $2,000 per person for the experience, like I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like that's still quite a bit of money. And it's not like I'm putting a deposit down for this anytime soon, but just think of the craziest thing you can do and like you can do it. That's really kind of hard to put a price tag on. And I hate saying that because like money is important, but dude.
Just think of all the things you can do within a 12-hour window.
Mm-hmm.
And so we talked about the Cinderella suite up in the castle,
Dream Suite.
the Dream Suite, and that you can tour it. My
Yeah, so
question is, if you decided that you wanted to have your 12 hours overnight, could you stay in the
stay in
suite?
it? I don't know.
That is the big question.
That's still the big question. So even going up and being able to tour the suite is
Pretty
a
cool.
big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's not open to purchase to stay in. It's not something like you can slip like $1 million bill like under the table to someone and they let you stay there. Dignitaries don't stay there. People have thought that this was built for Walt Disney. Okay, like guys, Walt died before Magic Kingdom opened, so it's not like it's Disney's suite. It's mostly for charities and other partnerships that Disney does with giveaways and
Which are
sweepstakes.
few and far
things.
between.
Yeah, it's extremely rare to be able to stay there.
There have been not a lot of people who have
No.
stayed there.
So I think we've both established on our wish lists of what we would do on this tour is tour/stay in, if that is on the table, the Dream Suite.
I don't know if I would want to stay there. Maybe.
I'm okay. Stay there doesn't mean like you get a full 8 hours of sleep. It means like I would want to just have a few hours.
I know.
Maybe take
So
a nap.
yes,
That's lame, but I don't care. I'm gonna sleep in the
I
castle.
want to take a nap. Just an hour. Let me.
Just a power nap and then go back. All right.
Genius.
What else do you have on your list? Personally, I have a list. I found it overwhelming because I felt the pressure of like not wanting to miss anything. Because by the way, for the reasonable price of only $10,000 for the second day,
Yes.
if you don't get everything that you want done the first day, you can. And instead of it being $12,000, again, it's $10,000 for every day after consecutively.
Mm-hmm. That's important to note. $12,000 for the first day, $10,000 for every consecutive day afterward.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're rolling in the dough, this may be the tour
Go
for you.
for it. Yeah.
Because it doesn't get any better than this. So Susie, if you were given the opportunity to do this, what would you do?
Okay. So no surprise, this would have to come significantly later in the year. I would
You're gonna take one of mine. You're gonna take it.
We'll go together. We need.
Hey, there we go.
We need
4 more people.
4 more people, and we need them to pay the whole thing. I would either want like a private pre-opening for just us, like our group, for Galaxy's Edge, or what they would probably do instead, because you can have like time in the park before the park opens or in the evening, just us, our group only in Galaxy's Edge for a few hours. How cool would that be? No lines, ride everything you want to ride, meet all the characters, like eat all the special food that they're going to have. Basically, like Galaxy's Edge is like your backyard, like your playground. It's just yours for a little period of time. Because you remember, you got to space your 12 hours out pretty well.
Well, here's the thing. They're going to need some test dummies to go through the ride.
Yeah. Okay,
I volunteer as tribute.
Same.
So,
gosh,
yeah, that would be mine.
Think about it.
That
That place is never going to be even. I mean, obviously not with like 6 people there or 7 with your tour guide. It's never going to be slow.
Oh,
Ever.
It's going to be so crazy.
50 years from now, it's never going to be slow. So to have it that empty this is the only way you're going to be able to do that.
I was just looking on MDE and I saw it was like the other day, Flight of Passage was 3 hours. Still.
Why? I mean, it's fantastic, but you're like, people haven't figured it out already, and like y'all haven't ridden it yet.
It's almost been 2 years.
Goodness, just I can't even imagine.
And it's Avatar.
I refuse to imagine. It will stress me out.
It's Avatar.
Yeah, nothing has the power of Star Wars. So it's safe to say then that is on both of our lists is like private time to enjoy Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So that was yours.
You got something pie in the sky?
I mean, it is well known on this podcast that we love Joe Rohde.
Yes.
The man's a genius. He's given so much. And what I would love to do is to walk with Joe, even if it's just for a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Walk around Animal Kingdom, since he designed pretty much everything in there, and just be like, Joe, tell me, what was your inspiration for all of this? How cool
Like,
would that
hear
be?
all of his stories,
All the stories,
because that dude's been all around the world. He has seen all the things to see, and to hear how that is translated to the park would be really cool.
oh,
That's a good pick.
and then I'd be like, hey Joe, we gonna get the Yeti back?
Or that could be
kidding.
like your one thing is like they put the Yeti back in A mode for like 12 hours.
There's no way. There's no way. That would probably fall not within reason. Just probably gonna call that out. But
Yeah, I know, but it's still fun. Well, while we're talking about things not in reason, I have something fun that I thought of
okay.
because just in discussions off air about like when this came out, I took a little inspiration from one of your ideas.
Okay.
I would want a special member of the Disney family to accompany me throughout the whole day, all 12 hours. Because really, how long do you need with someone before you know they are the one? And so I want to spend a day at Disney World with Chris Evans. Fly him in. He's on payroll. Disney owns Marvel. I don't think it's that crazy. And then by the end of it, we'll pay $10,000 for the next day and we'll go to the wedding pavilion and then everyone's happy.
I believe he is happily married already.
No, Evans is not.
Oh, is he not?
No, Hemsworth is married. Pratt is engaged. Evans is single.
Okay.
I know my Chris is. That's not a real thing that's going to happen.
Chris Evans, huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Old Cap.
Steve Rogers. All right, but for real, I am not married, but I think for
Hear
anyone
that,
who
that, fellas?
okay, that's not an invitation. For anyone who has considered like a Disney wedding, I think if you didn't mind having an extremely small ceremony, like this could be a way to do that for a pretty good price. Don't you think? You get the wedding pavilion for $12,000. I wonder if that falls under it. I think that could be a sneaky way to get a really good price. Again, it would not be like a normal full-on Disney wedding.
No, because it would be the groom or bride, and then maybe both sets of parents, and that would be your number.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
So, no best man, no maid of honor.
I'm just saying, if you wanted that strict, if you just wanted to get married at Disney, this might be a way to do it for a significantly lower price. Obviously, you'd have to trade like having people there for that price and the location, but it just shows like if you want to do this, and sometimes you have to be creative about the things you can do, and I think that might be one of those exciting things to do. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just trying to help I'm just trying to give the people what they want.
Mine's a little bit more reasonable.
Okay, it's about time one of us was. What do you got?
So, like, I'm a big tech person. Like, I do video stuff full time. I would love, and especially with backstage transportation, I'm sure you could make this happen to where maybe you could see at least a couple of shows. But go behind the scenes and just see how they do all of these wonderful shows. So, behind the scenes for Happily Ever After, with all the projection shows and how they do that. So, I think that would be fun. Fantasmic is also another great one. The Star Wars projection show. Of course, by the time May rolls around, we'll have some different shows going on at Hollywood Studios on the Chinese theater facade. So that would be cool. But
that's a good idea. I've always been fascinated by that.
They're so impressive. Like, they're so cool.
And there's obviously a whole world of Disney that we don't see, and some tours give you a bit of a glimpse, And of course, like you can learn some other stuff from the internet or like TV specials, but that's a really cool one to get to go and actually like see in person all that stuff. Very good
Or if
choice.
you went on New Year, how cool would this be?
Oh my gosh, with the perimeter
With the perimeter
fireworks.
fireworks and at the end of the countdown to ring in the New Year. I don't know if this falls underneath the category of operating machinery,
Machinery.
but pressing the button, the cue button for the fireworks as soon as the New Year starts.
I would think not. I think you can do that. I don't think that's machinery.
I
Because
mean, how
like it's a
how
button.
cool would that be?
I'm sure you're already signing your life away when
You
you do one
can
of these
say
tours, so
you can say that you were the one who pressed the button that lit off the fireworks to ring in the New Year at Disney World. That'd be
and
kind of cool.
if you did it this year, that'd be really cool because you're ringing in a new decade too. Mm,
I like the way you think.
I do too. So I don't know how I would do this one because you can't be a character. I don't know. I want to be in a parade. I don't have to dress up as anybody. Maybe I can just sit in one of the vehicles and like drive through with the driver. I don't know, but like Disney parades are so iconic and I just want to be in a parade.
Well, there's only like one, so
Well, I mean like just anything that moves anywhere. Like maybe no, that would be considered a character. You know what? I'll just amend it to yeah. I want to just sit in a car during the Festival of Fantasy Parade,
okay,
and I want to be like under like maybe the princess float or something.
okay,
What's
okay.
it look like under there? I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, I feel like mine are a little bit more reasonable, but yeah, maybe not.
Listen, I told you there's so much pressure. I don't know what I would actually do.
Well,
So maybe yeah, mine are borderline.
our question to you is, what would you do? So please tell us. Leave a comment underneath the post and let us know what is your wildest dream. What would you do at Walt Disney World for 12 hours if you were basically told you can do anything?
And then of course there's the basics like you can ride like we talked earlier any just walk on the rides basically
You can already
eat
do
wherever
this.
you want.
You can-
You can do that and like there's already like VIP tours for that, which I think we just still have to include in this. So like at some point in their day, like I would go to whatever restaurant and I would ride this if I had the time.
Or
But
maybe you really like to cook and you want to see how they put together a dinner
the
service
meal,
at like a signature restaurant like California Grill or
yeah.
Chico or that'd be
Because
kind of
I
cool.
was looking at that and like Victoria and Albert's and there's like the different
Oh
like
my
chef
goodness.
options and so being able to like watch like maybe
That would
watch
be
them and then have them like make you something at your table.
that would be watching some of the finest chefs in America at work. That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
So, well, tell us what you would do. Tell us what your dream would be. We'd love to hear from you. So join in on the conversation. You can find us on Facebook. We are the Imagineers Disney Podcast. And if you're listening to this and you haven't subscribed to the podcast, you can find us on Apple iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher. So go ahead and subscribe so that way you can keep updated with all of our weekly episodes. We love doing this podcast for you. We are just same old everyday Disney nerds, just like you. So
Obviously, like we don't even know where to start. We have so many cool things we'd love to do on this tour. Yeah. Disney nerds.
So we appreciate you. We appreciate your nerddom, like us. And we look forward to talking with you again for another exciting episode next week on the Imagineers Disney Podcast. And until that time, remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.